Hello everybody, welcome to another one of my investing videos. My name is Mark, and in this video I'm going to talk about when is it time to take a profit. And this is my Schwab account. I have a little bit of money here. I got about a little over $3,000, and I opened it back on February the 4th. And as you can see here, I have no positions, and the reason why that is because I closed my position in Intel. I had a put spread going on, and let me go to the transaction and give you a brief rundown on how that works. So here's the transactions right here. And it was back on February the 4th that I opened the account. I put in $3,268.53, and then it was on March the 8th. And I guess it took me a little while to make up my mind what I wanted to try to do with this little bit of money. So on March the 8th, I bought to open a $52.50 put option on Intel expiration January of 2021. That's a leap. Cost me $738.60. And then, like I like to do, I sold to open a weekly put option, and that was on the same day, and it was a 51.50 put. It expired on the 15th of March, which would have been a week later, and I got $38.40. And if we go up one by one, you'll see that I did pretty good for a while. So I took in $38 and I bought it back for $2, made a $36 profit. Did it again, got $25.40 for a $53 put for the following week, and then I bought that back for $3, made another $22 or whatever, and then I sold to open this $53.50 for the following week, and I got $21, and Intel had a bad earning, so I had to buy it back at a unrealized loss, 122, but I turned around and sold a 53 put for April the 12th, and I took in $128, so I spent $122 but took in $128. That's a $6 credit, and then things went my way and I was able to buy that back for $4, and then I sold to open a 58.40, again it's a 53 put, expired on the 26th. That was a week later, and that's where that's where some troubles began, and the tariffs, and as what's been going on in the world right now with the market dropping, I had to buy that back for 107, and then I sold it a 51, which is $2 lower strike price, for 103. It's a $4 debit, not credit, debit. Okay, and then Intel kept dropping, and so I bought it back for 138, and then I sold to open a 49 put for 149, so that's $11 credit, and then Intel dropped all the way to $46. So instead of rolling it back, and the reason is because this 49 put didn't expire till July 19th, and it's only May the 29th right now, so it was getting harder and harder to roll down, and I was having problems like I had. If you watch my video from, I think, a few weeks ago, I lost money on a spread on Microsoft because of this reason. Microsoft was going up, I had a call spread, and then I had to close out the call. When I did, I lost like $146 on that call spread, and I also had some puts on that, and when Microsoft came back down, I lost several $100s, and I took a hefty loss on that, and so I didn't want to have a rerun on that. And so the good thing about me as an option trader is I learned very quickly from mistakes that I made, and so I wasn't going to make the same mistake twice. So when Intel dropped all the way to 46, I said, forget this, I am going to buy another put. So I bought a second put option. It was a $45 put, and again it was a leap, and it expired in January of 2021. It cost me $585, and I did not sell to open. I did not spread it. I just kept it straight, and so my put spread turned into a ratio put spread. I had two puts. I kept this short put on. I didn't buy it back, and then I was just waiting and waiting, and you'll see here that was a very good thing I did. So I spent $585 for that 45 put, and when I closed out the whole thing, I was able to make a profit on that put right here. Here's the 45 put, and I sold to close it for $659.39, bought to open for $585, so that turned into about a $75 or maybe a $74 profit for me. And if we go back to my summary and we look at my account here, you'll see that I made $87.75 for a 2.68% return. Now, why did I decide to get out of the trade instead of just hanging in there and wait until July? Well, the answer is right here. If we go to the option chain and we look at Intel, okay, and let's go ahead and put in ticker symbol INTC, and let's take a look at the put option, and I'm going to show you the $49 put, which I was short, and it expired on July the 19th, and looks like we're having some loading problems. Let me try a refresh here. Let's see, put in the symbol again, and do a little refresh. Okay, here it is. Right, now let's go to July the 19th and let's take a look at the $49 put, and I want to show you the delta. That's where I'm going to start first. So I have to put in more strikes so it'll come up. So let's put in 16 strikes, and here's the 49 put, and then let's go to Greeks like this, and there's the delta column right there. So that's all, that column right there is the delta. And let's look at the 49 delta. And so there it is. The 49 delta is all the way up to 93. It's actually negative because it's a put, but that means that every dollar that Intel goes down, this put option is going to go up in value by $93. And so basically what that means is that I'm essentially shorting the stock, and when a delta gets that high, then it becomes likely that the put option could get assigned to me, and I could end up having to buy 100 shares of Intel at $49. But since I had two long puts, then what would happen is Schwab would just liquidate my whole position, and I would pay a higher commission. So I thought, the heck with it, I'll just get out. And that's reason number one why I got out. Now here's reason number two why I decided to get out. Okay, so you see we have a $49 put. The bid is $545. The ask is $560. So let's say $550. Okay, now if we take 49, subtract $550, that's $43.50. Intel is at $43.57, and this put option doesn't expire all the way until July the 19th. Today is May the 29th, and there's only $7 left in the extrinsic value, the time value of the option, right? In other words, there's hardly any, it doesn't make any sense to sit around for a month and a half waiting to make another $7 on this spread. So those two reasons are the reasons why I decided to just close out of the trade. Now, if I wanted to, I could have hung on to it. I did have the extra put, but there would be no sense in that. Okay, basically what I would be doing is I'm just trying to make money on my second put. And maybe that's a good idea, because I was looking at the futures. If we look at the futures here for tomorrow, it's actually today or whatever. And if we look at the futures for Intel here, and we go to the NASDAQ, Intel is still continuing to drop. So maybe I should have stayed in the trade. But it just depends upon your trading style and your personality. I like to do spreads, and when I do a spread, I like to do it safely without having to worry about the shares getting assigned. So that's why I decided to get out of the trade. And so when you are trading spreads, when you're trading options, there's probably 100 different there's probably 100 different reasons why it's time to take your profits and just start over and start up something fresh. I might do something new on Intel, but now I have this money completely freed up and I can do whatever I want. And so that's the first trade of the year in this Schwab account. And this, again, this account here that I got in Schwab is brand new. I just opened it a few months ago, and so I'm off to a good start. Okay, I made a nice $87 profit, and hopefully we can keep the ball rolling. But when you get into a trade or investing, you wanna ask yourself, okay, at what point am I ready to take the profit? Because obviously at some point you just don't want to hold the stock forever and ever and ever. I mean, what's the sense in that, right? At some point, you'd like to say, all right, man, I made some money. I made $1,000. I made $80. I made $1,000,000, whatever. At some point, you want to sell your stock or your option, and you want to take your profit. And so when you do that, it's up to you how you want to set your rules, okay? I'll leave you with this final thought as I close out this video, okay? Probably one of the main biggest differences between being an investor and having a 9-to-5 job is that when you have a 9-to-5 job, you can make mistakes and you can do things all wrong, and you'll still get your paycheck. Okay, that's why when you go to work, you can work with a lot of people that don't have any clue what they're doing. They don't know how to do their job, yet they still get to keep their job because there are laws against firing people. And it's stupid, but there's a lot of people that have jobs that don't know how to do their job, and they don't know what they're doing. Now, in investing, if you don't know what you're doing, not only are you not going to get paid, you're going to flat out lose your money. And so investing is a great equalizer. The market doesn't say, well, I understand you don't know what you're doing and you made a bad trade, so you know what, we're not going to take your money. No, the market will take your money. If you don't know what you're doing and you don't have any rules, you don't have any plan, and you just flat out don't know what you're doing, you're going to lose your money, okay? And if that's the case, then you should have a 9-to-5 job and make your 15 bucks an hour or 20 bucks an hour, okay? Because then you can go to work, you can screw it up, and you can go to work the next day and say, sorry, boss, I didn't mean to mess this up. And the boss will say, okay, well, don't do it again, or however they run your life, But investing, you can't do that. You got to know what you're doing. If you make mistakes, you're going to take losses, okay? So I'll leave you guys with that final thought, that when you get into options or whatever you're doing, set your rules, come up with a plan, and when you're coming up with your rules, make sure that you include when is it time to take a profit. For me, personally, Mark Jackson, I like to take profit on my spreads when my short options, the delta gets up to 1, or like in this case, an Intel gets all the way up to 93, and the time value is almost gone. Then I say, all right, I've made as much money as I'm going to make on this. I'm not going to wait another month and a half to make the extra $7. Okay, I've already made the $80 or the $100. It's time for me to get out. That's my rule, and it works for me. And thank you for watching this video. I hope I've given you some ideas on how you can set up your rules and when is it time to take a profit. So thank you. As always, if you have any comments or feedback, feel free to leave it in a comment. Always appreciate any support, liking, subscriptions, whatever you want to do. Watch my videos 1,000,000 times a day. That'd be awesome too. And anyways, thank you for watching. And any questions, any comments, leave it in the comment box. So until the next time, have a good day, and I will see you in the next video.